So today's project is this highboy mid-century modern dresser that I picked up with an awful paint job. I loved the clean lines. I liked the curve on that front two drawers. I obviously wasn't a big fan of the hardware. And like I said, the paint job was horrible. So I started stripping. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, but it was so thick. But look at what I found under that awful paint job. It was absolutely stunning. Wood grain. I couldn't believe it. And so I honestly think that paint being so thick actually protected the wood. And as I continued stripping, I didn't find any veneer damage. It was just really awful paint. So I think it was probably latex paint. So I had to get my clean stripper and I just started going to town and getting all of that paint off. I like to put it in a jar and then I just use a little chip brush and I wipe it on and then wait for it to kind of get activated. You can tell when it's starting to kind of bubble up and it's ready. And then I just use a putty knife and scrape it all up. Yes, it's messy, but it works. One thing I noticed when I took off the hardware, as you can see, is I had 2 holes under each area. So I'll show you what I'm going to do later to fix that. So I had to do the same thing with all of the drawers. So I applied it the same way. And as you'll be able to see in a few minutes, as I started scraping it off, it honestly didn't come off so great. So I ended up having to do 2 rounds. As you can see, there's just a lot of kind of patchiness. And so it's just really thick. I mean, they did use primer, but like I said, I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but I ended up having to do 2 rounds. You can see, oh, it's just awful. So patchy. It just didn't come off very well. So I broke out the acetone because acetone removes paint. And so I just tried to get as much as I could with my 5-in-1 tool here. And then I used some steel wool, which I used the really fine. It's the 0000, so 4 zeros, and steel wool. It's very fine. It won't hurt your wood. Just make sure you go with the direction of the grain. And I used the acetone in combination with the steel wool, and I was able to get quite a bit of that off. So you see, I'm just putting it on and I'm using that steel wool, and that kind of creates a little slurry, and then it really just comes off pretty good. As you can see, stripping is just messy work. So what I like to do is I try to put plastic down underneath the areas that I'm stripping. And then that way, as I strip things off, I can just simply put that excess right on that plastic. And it just makes it easier to clean up later. As you can see the sides, it was also patchy coming off, but I just poured the acetone on and it was able to really help it loosen up and come off a little bit easier. On the legs, I was able to just sand those off and get all of the black paint off. And as you can see here, I ended up having to use my dental tool because that black paint got everywhere. So this is the curved edge of the top two drawers. And so I needed to get it off because my goal was to get a full refinish. So I want to go back to the wood finish. So I had to get all of that little black paint that had settled into the grooves. I had to get it out. And so sometimes, you know, sandpaper doesn't work. You got to go in with these little detailed tools and just painstakingly pull it out. So it just takes a lot of time and effort. But man, when I saw the beautiful wood that was under that paint, I knew it would be worth it in the end. Once I had everything stripped down, then I moved on to the sanding process. So I like to sand through the grits. Usually start, if I have to take off additional finish, I'll start with 80. But usually I can start with 120 and then I'll go up to 150 or 180. And I usually stop about 180. So I had to go over the entire piece. I wanted to make sure that I got all of the drawers. And then you can see even on the sides, the paint really was hard to get off. So again, I tried to use my carbide scraper sometimes too. So I used to use a combination of things. You can see I'm using hand sanding with just sandpaper. I have sanding blocks. Then I can bring in with my detail sander, whatever it takes. But I had to just get all of that finish off. This side I needed to also use a little bit of my carbide scraper just to get the rest of that finish off so I could get it really nice and smooth. So you want to make sure you sand through all the grits. That way you have a really nice, even finish. And sometimes you have to look in the light, make sure you got all the scratches. And then once you are finally happy, you can actually start staining. So I'm using this pre-stain by Minwax. I like to use some type of a sanding sealer. That way my stain goes on really smoothly. This is gel stain and I did it in Nutmeg. So this is a really easy stain to use. You just mix it up, you pour it on. I'm using a terry cloth applicator that I picked up at Harbor Freight, just something simple. You can put it on with a rag, it doesn't matter. You just put it on and then let it set a few minutes and then make sure you wipe back the excess because if you don't, it'll get real gummy. And so you want to make sure that after you let it set up a few minutes, then make sure you just pull it back with a clean rag. I love how gel stain just kind of sits on the top of the surface. If there's any imperfections, the nice thing about the gel stain is it just fills in. any little imperfection that you might have. So it's not a penetrating stain, it just sits on top of the wood. So it's just super forgiving. It's very, I feel like it's very beginner friendly to use. And so it's kind of my go-to. I just really love gel stain, and I really like General Finishes gel stain. Now I'm going to use just a blue shop rag, and I'm going to take off any excess that is left on the dresser, and then make sure I get those legs as well. So here it is stained up before I actually do the top coat. It's looking amazing. Can you believe that grain? Just love it. I did go ahead and seal it with General Finishes High Performance Top Coat. So if you remember in the beginning, I showed you that there was several holes in the drawers. So this new hardware I found is actually going to cover up all of those holes. And so because I wanted to go wood, I had to get kind of creative on how to cover those holes, because you can fill them, but it's really hard to camouflage them. So this hardware is going to be perfect to just cover up all those holes. So this is the kit that I picked up that will allow me to drill new hardware. So the instructions give you all the information that you need to set it up. And so it comes in a really nice bag, and you can just simply keep it in your cabinet, but you're going to put the middle part to 0. And as you can see there, there's a top part that's going to attach onto the top of your drawer. And then you're going to have 2 areas to the side where you're actually going to be drilling your holes. So you put the ruler through, and in the center one, you're going to line it up with 0. And then you're going to put the 2 side pieces on, and that's going to be where you determine where you want your hardware holes. So you can see I'm lining up that middle one on 0, because that's where the center is. So then you just tighten down those little screws. Now for the side, you need to get your hardware and you need to measure it from hole to hole. And my measurement was 5 inches. So I'm going to take that measurement, cut it in half, and from 0, I'm going to lock down each side 2.5 inches over. So you see I'm going over 2.5 inches, and then I'm going to tighten it down. And that's going to be my hole on that side. And then this side also, I'm going over 2.5 inches, and it's just right there. I line up that little line there, and then I tighten it down. And then of course I'm going to double check that it actually is the right measurement. I'm going to hold up my hardware to it, and it is correct. So now I'm going to see, okay, I'm going to measure down from the top of my drawer down to the existing holes, because you can still kind of see them even though I filled them in. So my measurement was 4 inches down from the hole. So I'm going to take that measurement and I'm going to adjust the jig so that it is also 4 inches down. So this is the top part. I'm adjusting it there 4 inches down, and then I can just tighten my screws. Now I'm going to put it on just to kind of test it to see if that is all accurate. I'm kind of looking at the holes to make sure that they line up. Then what I do is I take a measurement of the width of the drawer, because I need to find the center. And then once I find my center, I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to take that measurement and just make sure I have a nice line there, and that's my center line on the drawer. Now I can line that line up with the middle of my jig. So you see there's like a little groove there. So I'm going to line it up, hold it in place, and then I'm going to carefully put my drawer up, and then I'm going to, you can just go ahead and drill through those holes, but I'm very cautious. So I wanted to just mark it with my pencil, and then as you can see, I'll pull it off. I'll double check it with my hardware, and then just make sure, because it's the whole measure twice, drill once. And so I just wanted to make sure. You can drill straight through if you're really confident, but I wasn't. So I wanted to make sure that my holes were aligned. And so then I just went ahead and drilled through, and then attached my hardware. And as you can see, because there's that bar on the hardware, it just covers up any additional hardware holes. It worked perfectly, and I think it really fits the aesthetic of that mid-century modern look. So let's look back at where we started. Really bad paint job that was flaking and all scuffed up. Little did I know what beautiful wood was hiding underneath this very tattered, very sad finish. But here is the after. I think it turned out really good. In hindsight, I think I would have changed my top coat. I felt like it looked a little plasticky. The customer loved it, but I like kind of a lower luster look. And I think in hindsight, I wish I had done maybe a hard wax oil to give it kind of a softer look. Tell me what you think.